Jim.
Interesting NASDAQ 100 action last few days. Fastest 5% drop off a 52-week high, or an all-time high, since 2020. But here are some of the month-to-date winners. Intel, Gilead, T-Mobile, and Take-Two all up double digits for February. Opening bells coming up in about 5.5 minutes. Don't forget you can catch us anytime, anywhere. Just listen to and follow the Squawk on the Street Opening Bell podcast.
Appointments, and now I guess it's a show me story in terms of what they actually do. Are they going to do a strategic Bitcoin reserve? What does that even look like? How would it influence the price? It's not just Bitcoin. Some of the other crypto coins are all selling off in tandem.
Michael Saylor says, sell a kidney, don't sell your Bitcoin.
Right. Buy more. It's worked out for him.
Strategy. I think it's not, well, sure if they've officially changed the name to Strategy after MicroStrategy. MSTR is still coming up. FactSet better change it then. But they continue to sell converts, or have been successful in doing so. We pointed out many times. Of course, stock moves with Bitcoin, but the value of their Bitcoin is at a multiple of its worth in terms of the overall market cap.
You can look at Coinbase year to date versus the S&P, sharp drop off. I mean, there still is the hope that some of this policy the administration is exploring is going to get codified into some kind of law.
But I think there's a parallel between Bitcoin and the overall market, which the NASDAQ is now down 5.5% since the Trump inauguration. It's still up a little bit since the actual election. The Russell's down 6% since the inauguration. S&P is down 2.25%, and Bitcoin is down. There's the Trump hope and then the Trump reality, and so a lot of those trades have been fading.
Let's get the opening bell here in the CNBC Real-Time Exchange with the big board. It's U.S. Customs and Border Protection at the NASDAQ. Rocket Pharmaceuticals focused on genetic therapies for rare disorders. As we got breadth fairly positive here at the open. There was a lot of discussion, Sarah, yesterday about 5886. Sort of this near-term momentum number on the S&P, where some desks had argued a couple of days ago that you would begin to see a lot of CTA supply come online. Not too far away, but we haven't recovered that number yet.
The January low is about 1.5% lower than the close yesterday, 57.73. The 200-day moving average is 57.16. So those are some key technical points. BTIG's technical analyst says any counter trend bounce, which may be what we're seeing today, although it's not holding up well, opportunity to reduce exposure. And we have sort of seen this pattern of starting off strong and trying to rally and then really fading throughout the day. That's been nearly every day this week, where we sort of close sharply, and yesterday sharply lower.
Well, and Kramer, although he's not with us today, David's been writing a lot this morning about zero-day options and sort of how it has NVIDIA by the throat, at least at the moment.
Yeah. Although they work both ways, zero-day options. I mean, they work also when it's going up. So it's not completely clear that it's the reason somehow that the stock continues to decline. But they are a feature to a certain extent of trading in that particular name, as he's pointed out. Of course, that gets to a whole different dynamic in terms of the day trading that's going on now. And the way people approach some of these names in terms of whether it's going to end higher or lower in a given session. But again, it's sort of you could also make the opposite argument. When it's headed up, it's all because these options are being exercised.
I see you got the Dell numbers, and we're going to work our way through some of the guidance from last night. David, would you say mixed?
Does appear to be. The reaction certainly mixed. Any number of the analysts who follow it. Strong AI pipeline. Buyback support is one of the names here from, I think it's Mizuho, looking at Ben Wright's work as well. But overall, the reaction, as you see, they're not particularly positive. You know, their AI pipeline ramping with full AI rack power, vertical integration. They've now expanded AI service offerings. I mean, they are clearly right in the center of that. You did make the point yesterday, I think it was, Carl, in terms of the margins on some of the big orders that they're getting, and whether or not those, that will really expand over time. But initially, they are not making a lot of money or a lot of profitability from some of those big orders.
The CFO on that very point, where we talked about the profitability, because that can. Yesterday, what they showed in the quarter was actually very good profitability, and that's what Yvonne McGill pointed to when we talked about this. On the overall revenue miss, she said, and yes, supply timing definitely was a part of this. Customers, she said, are increasingly focused on next generation tech, and that's Blackwell, right? Technology. Our pipeline is still multiples of what we're seeing. I thought it was a pretty bullish comment by her on the AI server business. The CSG, which is basically the computers, was lower than expected. And then on the margins, she said, look at the EPS for the quarter. Strong performance, better than we expected on profitability. We improved in ISG, which is the server business and networking and storage, every quarter, all while growing our server portfolio. Also mentioned to me on this point, David, that they've been able to find their own efficiencies within the business in order to keep margins higher. I asked her about DeepSeek, because that caused that big freak out about how much spending is needed and whether you need to spend so much on AI servers. She said, actually, that was a moment where we saw it ignite interest, and it was almost an excitement moment, a catalyst for customers of we need to be here, and we need to get here quick, because they're doing it, in China. Pretty competitive environment, though, as far as MicroStrategy, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, David, they're all in the AI server business, but according to Yvonne McGill, the CFO, not the lowest price servers on the market with Dell, but best solutions. And so customers are willing to pay up for the more, what she calls, valuable solutions on the AI front. So kind of a mixed numbers and maybe mixed take from the street, although very bullish in terms of the commentary from the executives.
Yeah, I mean, and that's been the case, I think, across the board to a certain extent. And yet the market seems to be at least embracing perhaps some fear of a slowdown overall when it comes to the big AI-related trade that we've been talking about now for so long. And obviously, we referenced some of the big names earlier. But, you know, it's funny, and then you get, and I referenced this, Sam Altman from OpenAI putting out a post saying GPT 4.5 is ready. That's their latest. First model, he says, feels like talking to a thoughtful person. He goes on to say he's had several moments that have sat him back in his chair. He's been astonished. But what he goes on to say is, it's really expensive. And given how much we've been growing, we're out of GPUs. And so we need more. We're going to get them. Hundreds of thousands are coming soon. Pretty sure we'll use every one of them we can rack up. So you get something like that, and you would think, well, that's a positive. And then you also have news, and I've referred to the capital expenditure plans of many of the hyperscalers, and then the fact that private credit has gotten into this game in terms of where they are actually buying or putting up the money for data centers and then leasing those data centers to one tenant. And there was reporting yesterday from Bloomberg on Apollo doing this. It's a deal that's sort of somewhat familiar with. Not completely clear that it's going to be just Apollo. There's a lot of competition between the big private credit or the alternative asset managers for leading these. But my point is that even the stated CapEx number may be understated to the extent that you also have these other financing vehicles that are being led by private credit in which they will own the underlying but basically have a long-term lease. And so you've got a Meta that's going to be paying and giving them a decent return on the invested capital there. So no let-up is what it seems like in terms of the willingness of the hyperscalers and others to spend, and OpenAI to have to spend on GPUs, and then you see what's going on though in the market.
Yeah, there's the Meta announcement about their Meta AI app.
Right.
And your point about the Melius note today says Apple is the safe haven within the Mag 7. Why is that? Because their CapEx relative to others is a light spend. It just
yeah,
like
that was
dig.
Altman saying, well, maybe we'll come out with a social app. Yeah, when Meta said, you know, we're going to come out with our own specific chat app. Yeah.
He's become quite the trash talker.
He really has. Yeah.
Maybe not just against Elon Musk, although this wasn't as personal toward Mark Zuckerberg.
No. Speaking of Musk, Tesla today down to 275 at the open. That would be the first violation of the 200 days since August. Right now down about 1%. But interestingly, didn't get any traction yesterday from the news that they applied for this chauffeur services license in California, which some believe would lead you to a robo-taxi service after we see it in June, if we do.
If we do. And I know that headline yesterday didn't seem to affect the stock too much in terms of that trajectory. You see what it's up, obviously, over the last year. But much of the run-up into the election has now been erased. You remember the compensation, coming back to that, they're going to have another annual meeting not that long from now, and that has still not been settled. Of course, shareholders last year in the annual meeting voting really overwhelmingly to award that compensation to Musk that amounts to tens of billions. Not more. I got to check my latest math, but that's going to the Delaware Supreme Court. Just to update this, because I had a conversation with somebody about it yesterday. It may not be till late in the fall that we learn the actual outcome there. So you're going to have another annual meeting. It will be interesting, like how, in terms of Musk and how he spends his time right now, and what shareholders. Got 30% of the shareholder base is retail. Now, many of them are firm and true believers, but you do wonder what, if anything, will come up there as well, given so much of the attention on the fact that, well, how much time is he really spending on this company?
Right, and then yesterday, of course, as Musk is ostensibly looking for government waste, comes out and says one solution would be to take the FAA air traffic control contract and give some of it to Starlink. which kind of
Feeds into
gave us
the
a look at
complex.
Verizon shares yesterday.
I mean, the stock is 43% off the highs, Tesla. I do wonder if there's, to your point, a pain threshold where the calls get louder for him to return to the company, right, and get out of the Einstein building next to the office, next to the White House. Look, he's doing important work and clearly very dedicated to it for the country, but. And look, all the analysts we talk to say there are people in place running Tesla. It's fine.
Without a doubt, yes.
But Elon Musk is Tesla, and I just wonder if there's a certain point where he feels like he's got to get back there.
I think Elon's going to do what Elon wants. Yeah, but again, we're going to be running into. I mean, we got a few more months, but the annual meeting usually in May, so. And still haven't figured out his comp. By the way, if it does get ruled against at the Delaware Supreme Court, they've got to come up with something. It's going to be interesting to see everything in the mix there, given Musk's many roles. Guys, I do want to do an update on in the M&A world. There's a look at Tesla, of course. We haven't had a lot of deals this year. As we start March on Monday, in fact, we expected there'd be a lot, but one that we may get sooner rather than later, and perhaps many people, including myself, sort of unexpectedly, is this Walgreens buyout by Sycamore. Don't buy the stock on that. We've reported on it previously. I've sort of reported on the ups and downs. A journal had reported on the talks that I'd been aware of, but frankly, so many people thought there's no way this thing gets to the finish line. And I said it was mostly dead a few weeks ago. Then I followed that up by saying it was alive. There's been a lot of reporting since then from both, I think, Bloomberg, but the FT yesterday as well, that I can confirm because we're getting close, according to people familiar with the situation. And it is going to be, as the FT was reporting yesterday, sort of they're financing it in pieces, and it will ultimately be split up. You're going to have the roll-in of Stefano Pacino, one of the large shareholders there, of course, man who originally, remember, put Boots, he owned Boots, put it together, bought Walgreens. But be careful in the name, because from what I'm hearing, and again, I'm not getting specifics in terms of exactly, you may not get anything that involves a premium at this point. And we've kind of watched the stock move, not to mention the complexity of the deal itself. As I said, sort of buying it, financing different parts of it, and then having essentially Sycamore control the U.S. retail. Why you'd want to be in U.S. retail and own Walgreens and compete with the likes of Amazon, a lot of people may question, but apparently they have a plan. Deutsche Bank this morning kind of lends their voice to this and says, hey, take under, thoughts on the recent takeout news. They're basing it off of, I think, both the FT reporting and my saying that a couple weeks ago the deal was back alive. Deal strikes us as incredibly complicated and unlikely to be consummated at premium to current share price, highly difficult. I can confirm all of that at this point. Again, the idea being, first of all, it'll take quite some time. And again, people familiar, while not telling me specifics in terms of price, said, don't expect that it's going to be much higher than here. But Sarah, when it comes to sort of how you...
Talbot's, Ann Taylor, Walgreens.
Yeah, how you refashion Walgreens, particularly given so much, as we know, in certain urban areas is under lock and key in these stores, pushing consumers to just go to Amazon and say, it's fine, I'll get things delivered to my doorway. We'll see. And obviously pharmacy is an important role there. But we have not had a lot of deals, and this will be one of the largest of the year if, in fact, we do get it, as appears to be more likely than not.
Meantime, S&P briefly going negative, taking out yesterday's low. We're still about 40 points above the closing low of the year. VIX year-to-date high. Gold's down 40. Let's get to Bob Pisani. Hey, Bob.
Good morning, Carl. Well, a little bit of relief today on the PCE report, which was in line, and that's certainly good news because that's one of four big issues that the market's been dealing with. But still today, if you look at the market here, even with the S&P flat to modestly up, it's still being led by defensive names here. So Staples, healthcare leading, tech lagging, Palantir's down another $7 here. So Sarah was mentioning the leadership groups this year, and it's very clear it's defensive here, and it's been that way all year. Now, a lot of people really have wanted to see this kind of rotation with healthcare and consumer staples, financials, real estate. materials,
It's
energy
good
banks.
morning.
Look at all
Good
of these
morning. Good
things here.
morning.
A lot of these were big losers last year, like energy, for example, taking up one of the
Happy
leads here.
Friday,
And the
y'all.
laggards, of course, were among the best
Oh, been there
sectors
for a while
last
here.
year. So communication services is basically
Oh shoot!
flat. And that's
Hold
primarily
on.
because
Damn
Alphabet has
audio
been
is
a
triggering
problem.
over to. Oh shoot! Okay. Whoops. This my my news audio is transferring over. Oh, that's hilarious. It's transferring over to the feed when I was waiting. I'm trying to I was trying to make some moves before the day starts here. At least in the market here. So anyway, today I'm gonna work on some things already. I'm just trying to decide which track to tackle. So I have some it's still kind of early, so I'm not gonna record vocally. But I want to see if I have one that's already set up. But I'll get to it. Just gotta get this done here. Thought I just still go live though. I've been sitting on that pre-screen for a while. Oh. Anyway, I guess I could also start some trading tutorials. That'd be cool. Nah, it's too many of them. Some people know what they're doing out there. I just pretend. hmm So, okay, so it's incredible how the thing fluctuates. I might buy Tesla more again into it. I sold at 433. Now it's 273. I bought it at 180, but hmm. Oops. When was the earnings call? Hmm. Oh, it's a real deal right here. Ugh. See what they're selling more of. Model S, Cyber trucks. Batteries. You know what? Lithium. Should buy some lithium, dude. Straight up. What I like about Tesla, you know, they have a wide array of the space that they're involved in. I mean, because it takes quite a bit of resources to generate a vehicle like this, not including the the operating system. I always like reading their quarterly reports. Not like Tesla Lithium. That's great. They even have a picture of the team. That's awesome. Oh, look at that beautiful room there. Wow. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, I love that. Here we go. Here's a real nitty gritty. The meat and potatoes. Quarter 4, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Interesting. Oh, 2023. Oops. Okay. Okay. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Oops. Let's close that out. No, it's not time to buy yet. 284. Let's go back a little more. Let's go back 180 days. There we go. Okay. Just go right there. What day was this? This was October 23rd, 2024. Is that right? That's right. Okay, wait. That's right for the election, of course. During the election here, during the month of the election. Oops. Let's go back a little further out. Okay. Yep, that's where I was at. About there. Not about here, January. About in January, right? Yeah, I think about January. Even more. 3 year? No, it's too far. Oh shit, wait. Yep, about on the downtrend here. Okay. Alright, so from the downtrend. Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Ugh. What are we doing here? I'll buy under 100 here. The Walt Disney Company. Okay. Nice. I'll get that downtrend from there. Oh man.
This very rough week, S&P's up a point. Don't go anywhere.
Tab. Okay, cool. No. No. I had plans to buy this morning, but it's not time. It's not time. Nvidia, definitely not Nvidia just yet. I'm gonna wait on that a little more. Let's see here. So where are we at in the year's worth? Now let's just go back. Yeah, let's go back a year. Low 75. That'd have been nice. I didn't buy at 75. I sure as hell didn't buy at 153. So 18. What did I buy at? Let me see. I buy 106. Okay. Yeah. Want to sell it? 131. Okay. So it's not too far off the mark here. What was 106 at? Right here. No. 106. 106. Like right here. I think give or take. When was this? 9 no, October? September. When was this by? 9/11. 9/11. Yeah, okay. September 11th. Somewhere right there. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So right here, 9/11. Yep, that's the day I bought. Okay. Then sold 31 January. Yeah. Right here. 113.25. That's about right. Let's see here. Let's do oops. Oops. Oops.
Are all weaker. Take a look at treasuries. It's been a buying of treasuries kind of moment for the bond market. Seen that in all of February. Continues today. 10-year yield 4.239%. The 2-year yield just above 4%. So we're way off that high that we saw in January. Remember, we were creeping up toward 4.8%, almost to 5% on the 10-year. We're down to 4.2. 30 minutes here into the trading session. Here are 3 big movers we're watching. Shares of NVIDIA I mentioned under pressure again, down 5 of the past 6 sessions now. The stock going nowhere this month, down more than 10% this year and off more than 20% from its recent highs. Monster Energy shares moving higher, top of the market today. Earnings were a miss, but revenue beat. Executives on the call pointing to a, quote, resurgence of growth in the energy and drink category. And then NetApp, one of the biggest losers right now on the S&P 500, double digits. Now down after the data storage company's revenue and guidance came in but weaker than expected. The big economic report, highly anticipated, was PCE. That's the Fed's preferred inflation measure. And the good news is it came in line with what was expected and also mild, tame. Didn't feed into this narrative that inflation is flaring up again, at least if you look at the Fed. Core PCE, you take out food and energy. That's what the Fed's been paying attention to. We got a 0.3% gain on the month, and then there's the year-over-year figure, and that was good. And as you can see, it's been much lower than it was. It's the lowest annual figure that we saw since 2021. So, Carl, that was a bit of a sigh of relief that we didn't get a hotter number, especially because January was hotter on the PCE. Keeps the Fed on hold, doesn't really change anything. I think the bigger swing factor now is what happens with jobs. We're going to get a jobs report next week. There's been some evidence and jobless claims and some of the survey data. Jobs market may be cooling off. Fed Chair Powell has said if we see labor market weakness, we're prepared to cut interest rates. Does that mean they'll go sooner than all the way at the end of the year, which is what the market expected a while ago? Will they go as soon as July maybe now, which is starting to get priced in? That's the question.
Yeah, we watched claims yesterday, 3-month high, biggest jump in 5 months. And then anecdotally, the announcements of layoffs from Chevron, Southwest, Starbucks, Meta, Kohl's, Estee Lauder, yesterday, Autodesk, HP. At one point does that, and we're not even talking about federal workers yet.
The federal workers, too, I think is hanging over the market a little bit about how big those cuts are going to be and whether that's going to take their toll on the economy, what the other DOGE cuts are going to be ultimately. I mean, we did get some spending numbers and the personal spending numbers that were also weak, down 0.2%, inflation adjusted down 5.5% month over month. So maybe some concern around the consumer spending, although Diane Swonk, the economist, made the point last hour that there were winter storms in the south, so this could always be weather related. We'll continue to see what we get. Nobody's talking about recession or anything like that slowing down at
recession
this point.
expectations in UMich and Conference Board have been creeping up.
Yes, watch what they do, though, not what they say, right? But yeah, no, I've been mentioning the survey numbers a lot. There's also trade tensions and tariffs, and no question that's been sort of weighing on things. The Kansas City Fed manufacturing survey, which they put out this week earlier, they did a special question in there about trade. And they asked businesses, how do you believe recent trade policy changes will affect demand? Most of that said no change, but 26% said lower demand or revenues over the next year, and 6 or 7% said significantly lower. So that tells you that business is not excited and not hopeful about what we're facing here on the tariff policies. There was a poll on consumers for the Harris poll that came out this week asking a survey of more than 2,000 adults what they think tariffs are going to mean. 59% will raise the cost of everyday goods, which just gives you a little bit of a taste of how people are thinking about it. But as far as how the White House is thinking about the negative reaction from Wall Street, this one really stood out to me. So the newly confirmed, newly minted Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, in an interview this week, was asked about companies warning about tariffs, and here's what he said. Wall Street companies look at one at a time, right? If I'm importing goods and I have a tariff on me, how's that going to work for my shareholders? Wall Street analysts don't look at America writ large, American people writ large. Donald Trump was elected by a majority of Americans to take care of America. And if that doesn't work out for your particular company, I'm sorry. And the reason I highlighted this is because there is this view out there that maybe there's a Trump put, David. Maybe there's a pain threshold. The president doesn't want to see the markets crater. President doesn't want to see companies get hurt in performance. But I do think that this was notable from Secretary Lutnick that, he's thinking about Americans writ large, not necessarily about the S&P 500.
Well, you've also made the point that it's not clear that it is going to be inflationary, or at least if it even was, it would be one-time in nature, but it could impact demand.
All right. I'll come back to this. Let's put this on the side here. Oh, I mute that. All right. Oh, man. Need more coffee, yo. Okay. What are you working with here? It's back to music. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh. Yeah. My nose is itchy. All right. Let's go to, let's hear this. Oh, let's make sure you guys are all set up here to hear this song. This was one of those kind of buggy. I'm going to remove this tape here and this metering. I just want to look into your eyes. Oops. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be so. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Don't let anyone dim out your light. I think that should be right here. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. The world. World is full of love, don't be surprised. It's the world. Shit. People like to help and celebrate. This is who. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. All right, right there. People like to help and celebrate. No, it's not right. Oops. I think it is passing now. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. I believe in you and all the things you're gonna do. Don't ever feel alone or stuck. There's someone bound to be there to walk you in the dark. Did you ever fall apart? Put your faith in love, and I will be there. Did you ever fall apart? Put your faith in love, and I will. That's wrong. Why is that wrong? Did I say that correctly? What is the note supposed to say? E? Okay. I'm gonna redo that for sure.
Put your faith in love, and I apart. Put your faith in love.
The hell is that noise?
Apart. Put your faith in love.
Oh, is that go?
Apart. Put your faith in love. And apart. Put your faith in love.
Yep. Damn. Okay. Set that back. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's not supposed to go in there. Okay. Put your faith in love. 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 No, put your faith in love. Put your faith in love. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oops. Come on, track. You never want to move for me. I need coffee. More coffee. Always more coffee. Be right back. Hot, 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 hot. Hot. Lava. That was a mistake. Freaking coffee is burning hot. Yikes, you know? Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Cliff bar. Good.
Apart. Put your faith in love.
Delay, reverb, delay. Huh? Interesting. Let's put the compressor. Main vocal takes is fine right now.
Apart. Put your faith in love, and I will be there. Yeah. Don't let anyone dim out your light. Don't let anyone dim out your light. Run this for.
Wait, what? Oh, shit, wrong one. Heavy road plates. Ooh.
Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate.
Oh, is this? Pre-chain, no, pre-chorus audio filter fragment. Anti-gravity notes. Hmm. Ugh. D minor, G minor, B flat. Looks like it's in D minor. Okay. Oh, right on. How'd you do that? Very cool. Oh wait. What? Oh shit! Don't mess that up. Presence. Where is it? Why is it muted? Oh, right here. Cut.
Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be. Don't let anyone dim out your light.
Not digging that there.
Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate.
It's a bad recording.
I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. I believe in you and I just wanna look into your eyes. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. I believe in you and all the things you're gonna do. Don't ever feel alone or stuck. There's someone bound to be there to walk you in the dark. Should you ever fall apart, I just wanna look into your eyes, tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised.
No, it's the same tape.
I just wanna look into your eyes, tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. This world is full of love, don't be surprised. I just want. This world is full of love, don't be surprised. This world is full of love, don't be surprised. This world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. I just wanna look into your eyes, tell you everything will be alright.
Oh, computer, what are you doing? Okay, what's the original? My piano. Oh man, slow morning. I went to bed early, but I got up too early. I don't know how Amy does it. Crazy talk. I just couldn't sleep. Kids end up sleeping with us in the morning, and you know, kids kicking you in the back of the kidney. In the back of the kidney. Not the front, the back.
I just wanna look, I just wanna look into your eyes, tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. Don't let anyone dim out your light. World is full.
Right there. I can get rid of that. I'll delete this. Okay, for sure, I like this right here. Okay, now let's go to take 3.
Don't let anyone dim out your light. This world is full of love, don't be surprised.
I should like this one too.
Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People.
Oops. Nope. Come on, computer, cooperate with me, please. There you go.
People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help celebrate.
Bro.
People like to help. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way.
People like to help and celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate. Oh man, I need to stand up a little bit. It's too early to sit.
People like to help and celebrate.
Nope.
People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate.
Nah, it's weird.
People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and...
Oh, why does it sound like that? Hold on.
I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help.
That right there sounds bad.
People like to. People like to.
Weird.
People like to help. People like to help.
And I noticed that the plosive in another song too. Let me see some. I'm gonna get rid of it. But I should just redo it. But if it's my mic's broken or something, it's not good. I'm also gonna check.
People like.
Oh wait,
People like.
there it is.
People like.
Let's knock this down.
People like to help. People like to help.
No, it shouldn't distort like that.
People like to.
It's a plosive in there.
People like to.
There it is.
People like to. People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and. People like to help and. People like to help and celebrate. 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 People like to help. People like to help. People like to help and celebrate. 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 People like to help and celebrate.
I need to redo that. Shit. Okay. That's fine. All right.
People like to help and celebrate. People like to help and. People like.
All of them are like that.
People like to help and. People like to help and.
That's weird.
People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. This is who we are, this is our way. This is who we are, this.
Terrible recording.
This is who we are.
Huh. Why did that happen? Was it my chain? Something in there? Let's try it without. Let's try without everything. Okay. My alarm's going on. Time to wake up. I'm awake.
This is who we. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way.
Interesting. Who's got that little funny thing on people?
I just wanna.
Alright, whatever. I have to re-record that. I'll just keep some things in there, but definitely, especially on
I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. I just wanna. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. Dark, should you ever fall apart, put your. I believe in you and all the things you're gonna do. Don't ever feel alone or stuck. There's someone bound to be there to walk you in the dark. Should you ever fall apart, put your faith in love, and I will be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I believe in you and I believe in you and all the things you're gonna do. Don't ever feel alone or stuck. There's someone bound to be there to walk you in the dark. Should you ever fall apart, put your faith in love, and I will be there. Yeah, 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 yeah. I believe in you. I believe in you and all the things you.
Okay, it's fine. Let's knock this one out today. And then what am I gonna have for background? Let's see. Am I gonna have background? No, maybe not.
Everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our way. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate.
Celebrate.
This is who we are, this is our way. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your
I
light.
think I should have it all the way through.
I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain. Know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised. People like to help and celebrate. This is who we are, this is our. I just wanna look into your eyes. Tell you everything will be alright. Even if you crumble in the pain, know that you can always call my name. Don't let anyone dim out your light. The world is full of love, don't be surprised.
Okay. All right. Let's jump into it. She's ready to go. Oh. All right. Well, need to warm up vocally. I need to take a little respite here because it's morning time. The kids will be up any minute. Gotta get myself and them ready. Make them breakfast. Take them to school. I need to run an errand today, don't I? Crap. Okay, hold on, let me think. We're gonna see if I just put this on intermission or just come back to it with the new feed, because that first one was kind of botched with the market, the morning market news. I didn't realize it was going through the desktop audio. Matter of fact, it's still going through. Where is it coming from? Interesting. Oh, still going through the back end. Well, anyway, close that down for now. I usually have it up on my right there if it's streaming, but today I was like, I gotta get some in there, get reactive or get active. No, this is good. An hour 14. I will be back with part 2. I'll set up my booth back here. Set up my booth. Put my microphone up, and then try to get some of these. I'm gonna try a few takes to see if it's the microphone, if it was just that day. I know I've messed with my my input chain here a bit. Also, because Amy was singing, I don't remember if I left it there when this one came on. So could have just been I recorded badly or bad glitch. I don't know. I didn't know. I haven't. Well, let me see. Hold on. Let's save this. Okay, let's close this out. I'm gonna see if the other ones have it. Now I'm concerned. The last thing you want is a crappy recording. It's gonna make everything worse. Let's try this one here. I kind of rather would just work on something that's ready to roll because. Oh yeah, Madden this maze is about pretty much done. I exported it for a final mix output, and I'm gonna audit that this morning in the truck and in the surround sound, Amy's car, my headphones, the beats, everything. I mean, should be fine because these babies here, man. VSS, even Slate, and audio, Jesus. That shit delivers. Take my money. Take my money, please. Well, take Wall Street's money. Haha. Touche. All right, homies. Let's see. Again? I just woke up. Come on. Easy.
Hey love, what's going on? I wanna see you. Take you out dancing and make you feel beautiful.
Oh, that was that low one, huh?
What's going on? I wanna see you.
Do I like it like that?
Take you out dancing and make you feel beautiful. Hey love, what's Hey love, what's going on? I wanna see you. Take you out dancing and make you feel beautiful.
It's so linear. I see it like that.
I wanna feel your touch and smell your perfume. Hold you real close and I'll never let you go. When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No
was fun. Let's try that again. It's weird. I was not used to my voice like that.
I wanna see you. Take you out dancing and make you feel beautiful. I wanna feel your touch and smell your perfume. Hold you real close and I'll never let you go.
Is this a different one?
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real over here? Or am I just dreaming? I fantasize about you day and night. I wanna make love to you, my
Candlelight. Love that shit.
Hey love,
Hey, love. Hey, love.
when you're dancing with me, do you feel my
Or that one. Ah, that's right.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? Oh no. No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated. When you're dancing with me, do you feel? When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. Oh, I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real over here? Or am I just dreaming? When you're dancing with me, do you feel? When you're dancing with me, when you're dancing with me, when you're dancing with me, do you feel? When you're dancing when you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating?
Good morning, children. Welcome to life. All right, guys. So, feed. I'm gonna close this out because it's at least a good hour and a half before I get back. So, I'm just gonna close it. But I think I'd like to work on this one today because I just I don't know, just like it a lot. And then I need to see where I need to decide between that take, the high take.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? Oh no.
Oh no, I love
No
that.
matter how hard I try, when you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. Oh, I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real over here? Or am I just dreaming?
between that and 25.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real or real? Or am I just dreaming? When you're dancing with
Maybe
me,
both.
do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real or real? That you sway, I'm overheated, but is it real or real?
Did I do that separately? Weird. I don't know.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating?
I don't know.
Hey love, what's going on? I wanna see you.
Because I'm already there in that range. I have to go high.
Take you out dancing and make you feel beautiful. I wanna feel your touch and smell your perfume. Hold you real close and no, never let you go.
Never let you go, or let you go.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated. When you're dancing
like
with
this,
me,
though, hold on.
do you feel? I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated,
That's good.
but is it real or real? Or am I just dreaming? When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try,
Both?
I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way overheated. I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real over here? I wanna make love to you by candlelight.
Wait.
I wanna make love to you. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated.
Oh, it's because I go. Oh, I see. Hold on.
I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated, but is it real over here? Or am I just dreaming? I fantasize about when you're dancing with me. Do you feel my heart? When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating?
This one. See what this breakout does.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try.
You had a better take than that. Jesus.
When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? When you're dancing, when you're dancing, when you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? Oh no.
That one.
No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love When you're dancing with me, do you feel my heart beating? No matter how hard I try, I can't control all my feelings. I'm so in love with the way that you sway. I'm overheated.
Oh shit, that's Irish.
But is it real are we here? Or am I just dreaming?
Oh, that's a tough one. All right, I gotta go back to the drawing board on that and see which comes natural. But all right, be right back for the part 2 of this, I guess, or I'll just probably continue it as today. Doesn't matter. That first one was botched. I'm gonna put a note here. Track for the day is "Am I Dreaming?" I want to knock this down. All right, catch you guys soon.